been talking about the God's voice. Today is the third day we've been. I think I've been a little bit audacious to talk about this, but I'm telling you how I felt, how I learned that. Our mind is very busy and it's very dangerous sometimes to be in the mind because the thoughts are really, for people that went through trauma, how I did, to be in the mind is kind of confusing. But anyways, to hear the voice of God or intuition or your higher self or your inner self or your supreme power, whatever name you give, and he is not a religious conversation. It's spiritual, but not religious. It's just to it's the beginning of the year and people have dreams and we project things we want to do and we want to achieve in life and if our mind is confused by things we believe is the best for you, you learned from what people said. Oh, gives more money. Oh, this gives more prestigious. Oh, this will be better for you. Oh, better follow the path of this and this person. Oh, this is a little bit more glamorous. So if you go after things that are not in your heart, things that are not really aligned with the purpose you are here on earth, you will do things that you hear, but it's not the real voice of God. You are listening to the confusion that those little voices make all the time. Things that we heard and we want to believe, but it's not the truth. At least it's not your truth. Your truth is something that when you think or when you do, or when you put your energy to, things open so easily. And you feel good when you do. It's not that hard and you have to punch and fight and exhaustion. It's usually it's smooth when it's alive. I'm not saying that because you heard God's voice everything is easy. No, I'm saying that it's smoother. You feel in your heart, this is what I have to do. This is what I want to do. Maybe people that meet you since you were kids, they say, since you were a very little kid, you always said that. Or you always had a better tendency to do these things. Those are the things you like to play with. And I'm not talking about the fantasy of the little boys and little girls. They want to be teacher or doctor or fire department guys or police. I'm not talking or the trash guys. It's not that identification when we are very little, but the tendency. What is easy for you? What was always easy for you? What is the thing that you would do even if you're not being paid to do? What the things that go natural for you? It's effortless. You love to do. So if you are listening to the guidance, if you are, it's the call. It's another name we usually hear. It's the call. I feel the call in my heart, not the call of other calls that we have in life, but I feel the call to pursue that. I feel in my heart that I need to do this. I have to do that. So this is another way to remember or to say that's the God's voice. It's that call, that energy you feel inside of you. Maybe you shake, you get emotional, you get goosebumps. This is when the voice, the God's voice is telling you, is indicating where to go. But in order to listen to God's voice, as I said in the two prior videos from yesterday and the day before, there are little exercise to just diminish the volume of the conversation we always have in our head. Just to turn down the volume of this chattering and listen to the voice of your intuition that usually is calm, not repetitive, and using a vocabulary that is not the usual vocabulary that you have in your daily life. So, but to quiet this chattering in your head, you need to be silent, at least for a minute, many times a day. Get the habit of being intentional silence. You be quiet and no other distractions, and you be nice and calm. Observe your thoughts. Be the witness of what these thoughts are doing in your head. Just breathing and being aware of your thoughts is the first step to start being more aware, not in control, because when you try to control things, they get stronger. Not in control, but you are aware. You have the consciousness of there is a conversation in my head, and I don't want to participate in this conversation. This conversation is just about a chit chat of thoughts that are old and repetitive in my head. I'm really interested in follow this conversation and have the be aware that this conversation goes on and on and on all day, every day, and this is not the voice that I need to follow. I need to really dig in and wait until another kind of a voice, another kind of call, another kind of guidance comes in my direction. My name is Katia Ferreira. I am a coach here. I'm Brazilian and I live here in California for over 20 years. And my background is physical therapy and holistic therapy, hypnotherapy. And with coaching, I just got all these together and I actually help women, mature women, midlife women that are willing to turn their lives around and having like what's next for my life, but listening to traumas or listening to all the things that they always believed it's true and it's not, don't help them. So this is a very good exercise that I am sharing with you to be more ready for what your call is pulling you to do next in your life. Um, I'll be here, I'll be back here tomorrow going a little bit deeper in this conversation. How to listen to God's voice. Give you a kiss and a big hug, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye bye.